have to move. That should work, yes. All right. So we're going to work. I thank you, Alison, for your check-in. And I think that it's a really nice way for us to start the year. So I have what I felt into is that, this theme of internal alignment. And as we move forward in 2024, I think it's an opportunity for us to really start to build a deeper connection to those tiny little subtle nuances within us that are little hints and little clues to send us a message and help to keep us. I'm just going to pin my video. Keep us on our internal alignment. And I think there's this nice combination in respect to internal alignment. The ways that we're going to look at this today is both the physical and the energetic. And if any of you have kind of looked into sort of metaphysical anatomy, there's close correlations between what shows up in our physical body and what is happening on more of a psychological and emotional type level. So it's a really beautiful practice for us to practice our internal physical alignment and to build relationship with how we embody alignment within our physical vessel. And this can serve us as a very good tool to help sort of raise the conscious awareness of those little subtle nuances, to be able to listen to them as clues and as guidance when we're making choices throughout our day, and to be able to decipher in it like rather quickly, is this choice going to nourish me? Is it going to, how will it serve me or those that might be, whoever else might be affected by the choice? And will it be of benefit, or will it be a detriment? So it can be nice just to sort of spend a little bit of time on that. And what's really beautiful when we kind of look at, so there's two aspects. There's this physical, okay, so we can look at what's showing up in the physical body. I'm sure each of you would be or may be aware that, I myself became very aware of this real imbalance I had throughout my pelvis, and I could really feel the left side of my body, the more feminine side. There was like the vitality of that left side was very different to my right. And so it's really useful for us to be able to use this as a guide. And it can often take us a long time to unravel stuff. So we have to also work on the kind of deeper layers of the subtle energy body as well. So we can work from the physical end, and we can work from the end of our energetic self and our subtle body self, using the consciousness, the conscious awareness. So we're going to explore a little bit of both of those through the practice today. So let's just open up in whichever position you're in. We are going to do, I'm sure each of you have got whatever props you need, but we will be doing a little bit on the knees. So if you want a softer blanket, I won't worry, for under your knees, you may wish to grab that. We won't be too long, but yeah. So any comfortable seated position, and when you're ready, just bring your hands to the space on your chest that you feel. So even just observe, where do you place your hands that feels like your energetic heart center? So not the physical heart, but the energetic heart. And when you're there, we're going to take 3 nice big breaths. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Allow a little sound if that feels good for you. And again, breathing in. And exhale. One more, breathing in. And just keeping the hands there, just allow the breath to come to a natural rhythm. And I want you to just take a moment here to observe what shows up for you in relation to your own internal alignment in this moment in time right now. So starting with the physical body, what feels in alignment for you and what feels out of alignment? Just starting from the base of your body, perhaps with your feet and your legs and your hips. And often we can feel this evidently by tuning into the weight bearing down through each of our hips and hip joints. So often if there's a little bit of imbalance, if the alignment is out, we may have a little bit more of our weight shifted to one side. So just don't feel like you need to correct anything just yet. Just observe what is showing up for you. You might feel a slight difference in sensation down each of your legs. Noticing your sacrum and the muscles of the glutes. And once again, you might be able to, just by tuning in and really honing in on that physical place in the body, just see, does it feel aligned? And being aware now of the crests of your pelvis, the highest part is below your waist. If you wish to take your hands down there, to tangibly feel them, you can. How does the pelvis feel? And then noticing the sides of your waist. Noticing the difference between your lower back and your belly. Do you feel like the tilt of your pelvis is aligned in such a way that you feel supported in the way that you are sitting? Or do you feel like if the pelvis is tilting forward like a waterfall, is there a sense that the tummy is spilling over? Or with the opposite to that is obviously that the lower back is quite flat. But that's not as common. So it's more common that women will sort of spill out to the front if they're not in that sort of aligned state. So just being aware of how your belly and your sort of power center feels supported. Another point of alignment moving up from there is visualizing a line between that energetic heart center and the navel and lengthening out that line. And this is really helping us to look at the alignment, our sense of alignment in the front back kind of posture, not the side to side. And then from there, we can even feel into our shoulder blades, the shoulders themselves, the collarbones, perhaps even parts of your ribs. And just noticing what feels aligned, what feels easeful, feels open. Noticing the points right at the tops of your shoulders, the weight on your shoulders. How does this feel? Comparing the left shoulder to the right shoulder. And then feeling each of your arms, your hands, your wrists. Is there a density in one side more than the other? And then moving up from there into the neck. Even noticing what is the position of your head over your body. So we can consciously press the chin back to in a little so that we feel as though if there was a wall behind us, that we're just gently pressing the head back into the wall. And that will help us to sort of find an internal alignment there of the skull in relation to the spine. And just observing what was it before you did that? Was the head sort of sitting forward? Often we can drop down, sort of like we're hunching. And once you correct yourself there, just notice, do you feel like your heart is now leading the way rather than your head? And of course, don't have any judgment if you can't, if that doesn't feel like the case for you, because just trust that every physical structure is different, and even in your natural state, that might be a little hard to feel within. And then we can also check in with our jaw. If you wish to use your fingers here just to palpate a little bit on the jaw hinge, might help to bring a little bit of awareness, because sometimes we can even hold tension on one side of the jaw and not the other. Even noticing your ears and your inner ears. Checking in with the right ear and then the left ear. Connect into the third eye, the space at the center of the brow. And then finally, finding your crown. And once again, if you want to use a fingertip to just press lightly onto the head and find the space that feels like your crown, sometimes it helps just to use touch. Or you might have quite a vivid internal awareness of your crown. And then look at the whole body now. So tune in with the crown and see if you can feel a sense of alignment all the way down through the spine to the tailbone, coccyx. And imagine a central pillar. So we have a physical one being our spine, but we also have the energetic central channel, which is one of the also like you have your meridian pathways, or in yoga, we also have the Sushumna central channel. And even, we might even do a little check-in there. How does your mind interpret your own central channel as an energetic, within the energy or energetic anatomy of your body? Let's actually just release our hands. You can keep your eyes closed if you wish. So we're going to take our hands and just let them rest on our knees. And while we sort of sit with this central channel, let's take some circles, just some nice gentle circles, any direction. Make sure you feel comfortable. I know some of you start up on a bolster. You could try and do this on your bolster. It might be just a little bit more unsteady, that's all. And just making circles. Be aware of the weight shifting side to side, back to front. Let's make some big ones first, just so we can enjoy the stretching aspect to it. You can even bring your shoulders into it a little bit by kind of trying to draw your opposite shoulder a little closer into the knee. Good. And then let's change directions. And then once you've done that a few times, I want you to just slowly start to make your circle smaller and smaller. Perhaps closing down the eyes just so we can feel into it. Until gradually, just notice the point when you feel like you're now hovering in your central channel. Sort of like the physical access of the body. Sort of feels like it makes circles within this energetic center. And then let's just change directions of that little circle that we're making. And then slowly come back to stillness. We're going to move into a little side stretch from here. So make sure you feel comfortable, just normal cross legs. Place one hand on the mat, just sweeping the hand up, breathing in. Nice big stretch all the way over. And then exhale back down. Other side, breathing in. And exhale. And again. Keep moving through it, just enjoying the sense of opening up the body with some breath and movement. Do one more on each side. Really breathe into the fullest so that we add that part into the stretch as well, like intensifying the stretch. Very good. All right. And then we're going to just bring our hands together and move into a twist, a seated twist. So a nice big circle, taking both of your arms up to the sky. And then exhale down to one side. Use your grip on your knee just to draw yourself into it as you look to the back. And then breathe in back to the front. And exhale down to the other side. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. So let's do one more on each side and just see if you can tune into this kind of energetic central channel within your being as we make the twist. Good. And then when you're ready, when you've completed that, just bringing hands back up and exhale down. Good. So we're going to use the earth sky breath, which we have all done together. And I thought we'd just call it like a tensioning exercise, an exercise to practice this sense of tensioning in this direction of the up and down direction. Okay. So we're going to do it from seated. Does everyone still feel okay to do this from seated? You're all good? Now you could do it, I can see Alison's using her little meditation stool here in a kneeling type posture. So if you've got a bolster and if you feel like that supports you better than cross legs, you are welcome to modify. All right. So remembering with this earth sky breath, we do this movement with our arms. We'll just go through a little recap. So as the arms come up, we can feel that the body lengthens up because we sort of reach up to the sky, and we also lengthen upwards with our breath by taking the breath in, right? But what we want to do is to add the tension to it. We want to try and anchor down into our sit bones while we do this part of the practice. So there's a little bit of, it's a very subtle feeling. For me personally, what I feel is that my pelvis just rocks back a fraction so that I can kind of really press my sit bone a bit more down into the ground. Okay. And I feel a little bit more activation across my lower abdominals. Okay. So let's just do one of those just to feel into that. So noticing a grounding through the sit bones, try and relax the groin and the knees, and then it's the breath in and reach. Okay, and then the opposite movement is exhale, bringing that energy back down. And as we do that, we start to reach up with the crown of our head now. So we've got a nice long spine. Okay, let's do it again. Breathing in, anchoring through the sit bones, reaching for the sky. Exhale, grounding the breath, sending the energy to the earth, but reaching with the physical body through the crown of the head. Good. So breathing in. And then exhale. Breathing in. And exhale. Breathing in. And exhale. Let's do one more. Good. And then release. All right. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees now. We won't be here too long. So we're going to do just 4 little movements here, including a downward dog. And we're not going to stay. It's just more about sort of stretching and opening up the body. So yeah, don't have, if you're using a blanket, just make sure your feet aren't on the blanket. All right, so starting in your tabletop, a little bit of a spread through the fingers, feeling the spine in a neutral position. The face is looking down towards the ground, and we can still feel here, we can really tune into this central channel still. So feeling like the crown of the head is an extension of that. Let the shoulders press back away from the ears so that we feel like we're supporting the upper body with nice alignment that's activating for our body. All right. So from here, let's go into just a little leg stretch. So we're going to extend back with one of our feet and just grip the ball of the feet to the floor while you push through the heel. Just notice how the belly supports you here as well. Maybe even a little bit of a squeeze into the buttocks as well. And then release. We'll do the other side. A nice little stretch there. Good. And then we can bring that one back. We'll move into some cat and cow. So in our neutral position, let's take a breath and look forward. And then exhale, just pushing through the hands so that we round into the back and open up the back of the heart. Squeeze that tummy into the spine. Good. Breathing in, look forward. And then exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Really noticing what resistance shows up for you in the body. Just keep moving through it a few more times. We'll do one more. And then just coming back to your neutral. And then we're going to just have a little bit of a stretch into our downward dog. So let's take a breath here, look forward. And then as you exhale, push up to your downward dog. So we're going to do a bit of a movement here. So we're going to come back down to the ground as we breathe in. And then exhale to push up. Breathe in, tabletop. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, drop that head down between the arms. Feel the heels press towards the floor. Good. Let's do 2 more. Good. And then you can come back onto your tabletop. We're going to just walk our hands back now. And just try a little bit of a stretch there for your feet. Sort of spreading the toes. I have to say that because I'm not doing this as often, it's actually quite hard now. If you can, take your hands off. If not, just remember to use the support and just allow the feet to have a little stretch there. And then when you're ready, let's come into our waterfall pose, just as we make our way gradually up to standing. So I always like to keep a little bend in my knees here, grab a hold of the elbows, hanging forward. And then just take a little shake side to side. And just be really aware of the weight shifting from one leg to the other, one hip to the other as you do this. Good. Coming back to the center, let's just release, come to our halfway pose. Take a breath here. And then exhale, slide back down to your standing forward fold. Just tuck the head right down. I'm going to do that a couple of times. So breathe in halfway. Shoulders come up back to broaden the chest. And then exhale, drop the head down, forward fold. 2 more. This time when we fold, we're going to come all the way up. So fold, 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 squeeze the belly, bend the legs and roll up. All the way up to standing. Let's take a nice little breath in, raise the arms. And then exhale back. Very good. Good. Okay. So we're going to do some circles here actually. So keeping in with this theme of internal alignment, just spending this time in the physical vessel just to bring our awareness to that. Okay, so let's bring our hands into our mountain pose position, or if it feels better to have them just sort of flopping down to the side, whatever works for you. And I want you to just, start to make circles over your feet. Or it might feel more like a square if you kind of systematically go, right side, come forward, and then left side, go backwards. And as you do this movement, close down the eyes. And I want you to see if you can feel your hips and your pelvis adjusting. Can you feel a little sway in your hips? Can you feel the upper body do anything? Good. Let's change directions. Notice how the feet compensate. The legs, the thighs. Good. And then slowly just find your center again. Maybe just a little rock forwards and backwards. And then just gradually find your center. Until once again you find that point where it becomes effortless. Keeping the legs unlocked, the knees unlocked, lifting and then lengthening between the navel and the energetic heart. Relax the shoulders. Feel that tensioning through the body. Feel the space in your mind, just bringing awareness from the outside of the shoulder of your right arm. And imagine that a straight line going all the way across to the point that is the left outside point of the shoulder, right at the top of the arm. So visualize that space between those 2 points. Do the same with your hip joints. So visualize the center of your right hip joint and then draw a straight line and visualize the center of your left hip joint. We'll see if we can do both arms at the same time. So taking your awareness to right inside of each of your shoulder joints. And I want you to feel right at the tip of your middle finger, or your longest finger. And again, feel, imagine a line between those points, straight down the arm, feeling the length, feeling the space. Noticing the legs, both of the hip joints, all the way down through the middle of your knees, the middle of your ankles, to the feet. Just take a moment just to really notice, how does it feel to be in this posture? Does it feel like there is a physical internal alignment for you? Ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Let's actually, I've actually got a little bit more time. We might actually make our way down to the floor and come onto the ground. So we might do that through a little half salute though. So just come to the front. We'll do it really nice and gently. As you prepare yourself here, just bringing hands to the heart. And see if we can still feel this sense of alignment within us. And then when you're ready, take a nice big circle with your arms, breathing in, tensioning the spine. And then exhale, bend the knees as you fold forward into the forward fold. And then inhale to halfway. And we'll come into our warrior one. So step your left foot back. Now you can take it a nice easy step back, or if you want to stretch a little bit more into the hip flexor, take that foot back a little further. And then when you're ready, sweep up, breathing in. We'll do our cactus arms here. Okay, so breathing in and then exhale down. Good. Breathing in, reach back a little, exhale. We'll just do 4. Breathing in, exhale. Last one. And exhale. And take our hands up and then exhale to the ground so we can swap. Have your grounding first, and then when you're ready, release the hands from the floor, sweep them up, pushing through that front leg. All right, and then exhale. Inhale. Feel that extension through the body. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Last one. Good. Inhale up and then exhale down to the mat. Step back. You can just pop your knees to the floor. We're going to go nice and gentle. Reach through the crown of your head. Take a breath. And then exhale down to the ground. So extend through your legs, point your toes. We're just going to do our baby cobras here. So a little bit of an activation through the buttocks. When you're ready, breathing in and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Beautiful. Step your hands back a bit to push up. Just come back into your extended child's pose. If you can, keep your toes tucked under. Reach with your arms, rest your forehead. And then when you're ready, let's lift ourselves up and we're going to shuffle around onto how we're going for time. Let's actually come down onto our back. So we might point the toes and just slowly roll down. So we're going to just use the butterfly. Now, if this posture is a little bit too much, we're actually going to do a little bit of a squeeze and lift. I'm going to do 5 of them. If that's a little bit too much for you, you're welcome to just do the bridge. Okay. So just having yourself in position, we're going to come up with an in breath. So exhale first. And when you're ready, breathe in. Exhale down. Inhale, lift, squeezing the buttocks. Exhale down. Breathing in. Exhale. One more. All right, and then when you're ready, let's just, if you've got the legs in butterfly, just bring them back up. Try and adjust your pelvis so that your back feels comfortable. We might actually bring our knees into the chest first, actually, just to have a little hug. Little rock side to side. So we're going to do a meditation from here. So I invite you to either do this in constructive rest posture or shavasana. So your constructive rest is just like this, when we have the knees resting on each other and the heels turn out a little bit to the side. This is a very nice practice to help relax the hip flexors. Or you could choose to go in your traditional shavasana, or if you want to come up into a seated meditation pose, you are welcome. All right, so just whichever position you're in, just taking a few moments to get yourself comfortable. Just taking a couple of breaths, exhaling through the mouth. Just take a little moment just to observe the body after we've done this kind of physical practice, and we've married that with our conscious awareness, and of course utilizing our breath to guide the body and to help the body to release and help the body to activate. And so with the loving attention that we have gifted ourselves, how does our body feel now in relation to our sense of physical alignment. Do you still notice that there might be aspects of the physical body that still feel a little bit out of alignment? We'll move through our yoga nidra practice. And even though this is a practice that each of you have done numerous times, what I want you to do today is to use it as an opportunity to explore with your conscious awareness the subtle nuances within your own body as messages. So we're going to look at the responses. So there'd be the physical component, but we might also go on a little bit more of a visualization journey as well to try and explore some of these responses. So just settling into the space that you're in. This little moment is quite powerful for us to just acknowledge the environment that we're in, the potential distractions, and we kind of solidify our awareness so that we can sort of hold ourselves within that space and know that distraction may come and go, but we are like this steady rock. We can maintain our present awareness despite distractions. I invite you now to just bring your awareness down to your feet. And notice the physical sensation of your feet. Notice your feet in the space around them. Feel the sensation around your toes, the tops of your feet. So if you can feel the sensation right in the middle of your ankles. Notice the shins, the calf muscles, the back of the knee, the front of the knee, each of your thighs, your hamstrings. Feel the space around your legs. Be aware of your legs sitting in this space. Notice your hips, your pelvis, your buttocks on the ground. What subtleties are you able to receive in the awareness of your body, your physical vessel? What can you tune into for awareness of the physical body around the pelvis? Can you feel inside of the pelvis? Are you aware? What sensations can you explore here? And feeling the space of the buttocks holding the weight of your body, and notice how that feels. Noticing the lower abdominals, the space about an inch or two below your navel, that point that we often pull back towards our spine when we do breathing or different exercises. See if you can feel an awareness of that space and how does it hold you, even if you're lying down. And then start to feel your belly and all of the organs, the viscera within the digestive system. Are you able to discern a sensation of your gut? Are you able to feel nourishment? Is there resistance or blockage? Is there more of a fluttery, like a butterflies type feeling? Being aware of your lower back. Noticing how your lower back holds in this present moment, even if you're lying down. How is it holding? Is it able to let go and surrender and be held? Travel up along your spine to feel the spaces around your ribs, your shoulder blades. Feel the whole of your rib cage. What does your breath tell you? Is it flowing easily, or do you feel any restriction? What's your diaphragm doing? Are you aware of the space that is your diaphragm? About your lungs? How does it feel in your lungs? In your heart, the physical heart as a pump. Are you able to tune in and find your heartbeat? Can you feel the space that hollows out just near your collarbones? And are you aware of this space? As sometimes when you breathe a little rapidly or talk quickly, just take in all of your shoulder girdle, both sides. And what's your subtle nuance here in relation to what you are carrying on your shoulders? Are you able to take a nice big deep breath and exhale and just release some of that? And allow the ground to take it, to hold it. Taking your awareness now down both of your arms. Just observe, can you feel a sense of free-flowing energy down both of your arms into your hands? Feel the back of your neck, your throat. In particular, just noticing the space around that part of you where you express and vocalize. What is present for you here? And then noticing the back of your head, the crown, the face. All those little muscles of the face. Being aware of the whole of your body. And as we start to come to the close of this practice, just take a little moment just to sit with yourself within this vessel, navigating your way through life through 2024. And ask, how can I navigate with more awareness? How can I navigate in a way that feels internally aligned? Slowly start to move your hands and your feet. You're welcome to stay lying down to complete the practice, or if you wish to slowly make your way up to sitting. We're ready. Let's complete our practice for today. We'll bring our hands to the heart. Take a moment just to feel gratitude for showing up for yourself, creating a space in your life to just be in the stillness, to be aware, to lean in to yourself. And bring your hands up to your forehead. If you're lying down, you're welcome to just simply bring your awareness to these places. So with your hands at your forehead, just tuning in, may we have clarity of our perception, our vision. Then bring your hands or your awareness to your throat. May we have the capacity to be aligned in our truth, clear in our mind, so that we can speak with authenticity. And then when you're ready, bring your hands to the heart. May we feel joy, And may we be able to connect into our heart space as a source of wisdom throughout every little moment throughout our day. Namaste. You.